check sound alerts. I feel like every time I don't do that, that's when like something terrible happens.
You just gotta get it together. Get your shit together.
Thank you, Holy. Thank you, Miss Vix. Just had to do like a warm-up test thing, cause like every time I don't do it, then it goes like hours without me like realizing, and then I was like, what? The whole stream was muted? You know, cause I've done that like twice. I've done it more than twice. Just put this in. Hope you all had a great Monday. I thought yesterday was Monday for like the whole time, and then it was like, what? It was Sunday.
What ways need
Welcome
patching
home,
up?
Sid.
You'd need 50 good boards, 8 span each.
Pups. Whoa, I just twitched. Eating before work? Oof. So you work like thirds? Actually, what are you eating? Because now I'm somewhat thinking about food. I might
Seeing troops
do nachos later.
Oh, no surprises there.
Most likely nachos.
Clive, you're back. I am. And with glad tidings for once. Hugo Kupka is no more. Well, I'll be. All of our comrades who lost their lives back at Sid's place be smiling down at you right now.
We had a stolus from Lubor saying Drake's fang had fallen. I expect that was your doing as well, was it?
It's a long story.
One for the history books, I'll bet.
Welcome home, Clive.
It is good to be back.
Yeah.
You look better.
I feel it. Which means I'm coming on your next little adventure. You're not leaving me behind again.
Wouldn't dream of it. Otto, any word on the royalist movement since I've been away? Shouldn't you be putting your feet up? If you really want to know, go and have a word with Vivian. Thank you. I will.
I think I still have a ways to go in this game.
The conquering
I had a
hero
dream about
returns,
this game, actually.
and with hardly a scratch on him.
I may have picked up one or two.
Well, the fact that you came straight to me instead of visiting our resident physiker suggests that you picked up something more important. A scent. The scent of Waludas.
The very same. But whatever plans Kupka was hatching with the royalists, he took them to his grave. As did his men. Slaughtered by the orcs who'd taken over the Fang. Orcs, Vivian. I've never seen such creatures in Storm before. The Waludas must have ferried them over from Ash, but why? Why work to rescue Kupka only to invade his home, the mother crystal of an allied nation, and let both fall? It makes no sense.
Do you know the tale of the blind men and the Adamantus? One can often be led astray by focusing too closely on individual details. One must instead see the bigger picture. And what bigger picture is there than my map?
Bigger map. Let me like refresh.
The kingdom of Waloed claims dominion over all of Ash. It is a nation forged by the bloody conquest of Barnabas Tharm, the dominant of Odin. The Canvarian War of Independence in 849. The Battle of the Twin Realms in 865. The Battle of Belinus Tor in 873. Wheresoever his armies fought, Odin was found where the fighting was fiercest. But of late, the warrior king appears to have laid his sword to rest. Battle rages for control of the crystalline dominion. Yet Tharm sends not a single ship in support of his Dhalmekian allies. Meanwhile, the Blight ravages great swathes of ash. Yet warlike Waloed shows not the faintest interest in laying claim to untouched lands. So why go to the trouble of sending an army of orcs into the heart of Drake's Fang, only to make no attempt to claim the Mother Crystal for Waloed? It can hardly be for lack of men. Tharm's armies rival any in the Twins. No. We have not seen the last of the Waloed standard. Odin will ride again. It is but a question of when. And on that day, who will be trampled underfoot?
Seems like I still have a ways to go.
In summary,
My
I know not
chest.
to what end the Royalists betrayed Kupka. I know only that it is part of some broader scheme. A scheme tied to the ambitions of one man.
King Barnabas.
But there is no need to wallow in confusion. If one is to cure a sickness, one must first identify the symptoms. And your Lord Uncle has volunteered to do just that by keeping an eye on the Royalists' movements.
He's really throwing himself into this.
Indeed he is. Which means all that remains for us to do is await his reports. Well, not quite all in your case. The people of the Hideaway must hear the news. Justice has been done. Hugo Kupka is dead. The wounds he left that night are still raw, especially for those who lived with Sid the longest. Tell them that those wounds might finally begin to heal. Consider it the price of today's instruction.
I've never known you to be sentimental.
What can I say? I am only human. And we are, all of us, sentimental animals at heart.
My
suppose
name
we
is
are.
human. And I fail
Very well.
to understand.
I'll go and spread the word.
I wonder if new crafting recipe. Fuck. I think it was just dust. So the other day I was wondering who the person was, and then like I helped rescue her.
Ah, Clive. Have you come seeking the gift of knowledge?
No. To share mine, actually. Hugo Kupka is dead.
Oh my. Can it really be true?
Look, he's crying. He is. The big baby.
And with good reason, children. These are tears of joy. We must offer up a prayer to your parents that the heavens might weep with us.
Oh, it
There
is
shall
going,
be
bro.
no lessons today, only thanksgiving and merrymaking. Go, put away your
I
things.
think you are an anime fan.
Brilliant.
This came in today. It's Itadori.
Finally, a new dawn has broken.
It's like Step Brothers, but Jujutsu Kaisen.
Thank you, Clive.
And it
I
says,
cannot
"My
wait
best
to
friend
share the
of-"
good news.
Hippocrates.
Yeah. It's like right above Step Brothers
After
it says,
Kuka fell.
"My best friend." And I'm like,
Ultima came to me. I need to know what he is. Have you learned anything?
Alas,
that's like, it's gonna be my favorite
No.
shirt.
and not for want of trying. I have scoured nigh every historical tome in our collection and found nothing. Not even the sort of conspicuous absence that might suggest a concealment of fact. One is almost tempted to conclude that such a creature never existed.
But I saw him
Oh yeah.
with my own eyes.
I don't doubt that
when
you
the episode
did.
came out,
Alas, it
I instantly
seems
started reading
you
the
are
manga,
only one who
and then
has.
like I literally binged
To others,
days
he
of
reveals naught.
reading the manga.
We see only that which he leaves in his wake. Like
So I
some
won't say anything.
terrible force of nature beyond the ken of mortal man.
A bringer of death.
Whether the Ultima you met with was the being itself, or merely another projection of its power, I know not. But until I do, my investigations shall continue.
Yeah, I had to like, yeah, right
Means
when
a
it,
lot.
because I was thinking about like reading the manga anyway, because I don't know when the next season will come out, so I was just like,
Clive, a moment if I may.
I'm gonna do it.
You'll be pleased to hear that I've completed another volume. And while my collection is still far from becoming the 1,000 tomes that young Crow has quaintly dubbed it, I hope the knowledge
Like,
chronicled within
things
might
go
yet be
down.
of some benefit to the hideaway. Of course, I would not have penned half as
So,
many volumes without the tales you and
people
the
like
others
were
bring back
hyping up
from your
that arc,
travels, for
and
which
I was like,
generosity I shall be
when they were like
forever
revealing
grateful.
it's gonna be like 24 episodes, so I think the first 6.
Kupka isn't, but fear not. Once the news has been...
Oh. Yeah, because I think people were talking about in the beginning, it's like, oh, the first 6 episodes, you know, it's like recap, and then a little small 1 episode recap, and then they're gonna get into the juiciness. So I wonder if they're gonna get the whole arc in, or...
Ugh, I'm never drinking again, no matter whose funeral it is.
Huh. My dog is singing.
Well, someone looks pleased with
I just can't
himself.
wait.
It's true what I'm hearing, then.
Nothing escapes you, Lady Karen. It's true. Kupka is dead.
No more looking over our shoulders,
I
then.
think I did the same thing for Demon Slayer
Good.
when I was almost done with season
Starting to get a
2.
crick in my neck. Don't let it go to your head, though.
It's an episode before the last episode of season 2. Then I just read the manga. I was like, oh, I'm gonna do it. Because I remember, like, when they were in the
Business or pleasure?
entertainment arc, like the episode before the finale for that, it was just like insane. And I thought that was the end of the season.
Going purse weighing you down?
I think it was like 2 episodes before the finale.
Come again.
I was just
Oh,
like,
don't.
oh snap.
I'm not much bothered either way.
So then I was like, I can't wait 7 days.
Do you have a moment?
And then I just binged the manga.
What is it? I'm busy.
I wanted
Well,
to
like,
tell you that
I also
Kupka is
saw
dead.
something on like YouTube when you like look up something, and then something like you didn't want to see pops up, and I was like, ah.
How long I've been waiting to hear those words.
So I'm like, give myself amnesia against spoilers, and then I read the manga,
I'll try to live up to the
and
name.
then I was absorbed in the manga.
Nice.
Then,
Let's see if Otto has anything else for me.
he did say
So, will it be?
enchanter. It says something about new crafting. It's 15? 240. Earthen. Okay, I'll do that.
No scratches, right?
It's just loincloth. 53, 58.
Not bad, if I do say so myself.
Yeah. Or like sometimes you read, you're like watching,
That it?
like, you know, like even when I watch anime, sometimes, you know, there's like a comment section after the episode that I sometimes read. But that's like after. Ooh, this one looks nice. it's after, you know. And then sometimes people post memes, blah blah blah. And then one time this person posted a meme, and I'm like, what? It's like they show different anime, like 2 separate animes, and like people was like Spider-Man looking at this, looking at that, and the way they put it was a big like spoiler about a different anime. And then I was like, well, why is that character there? And then I was like, oh. So it's like, it really grabs my gears when people post like blatant spoilers. It's like, or they put something on like a thumbnail, you know? A huge thing on the thumbnail. So it's like for clickbait reasons. And I'm just like, this is not what I wanted to look for. I just wanted to know, you know, something, you know, about this one character. Not the whole future that, you know.
I'm telling you.
And then like
it's
things
true.
you'd even...
I heard it from Otto's own lips. Hugo Kupka is dead.
Things you didn't even like want to look up pop up like on the search feed, and I'm just like, tell me why.
We're seeing troops amassing at every border crossing.
You barely sat down since you came home. Vivian got you running errands or something?
Just spreading the word.
That's like, cause well, this is why people like read manga, so they stay away from spoilers.
No. She was right, though. Everyone was glad to hear the news.
Ah, but you ain't told everyone. I can think of plenty of friends back at the old hideaway who'd sleep more peacefully for knowing. Not least of all Sid. You should tell him.
You're right.
It's the worst, I tell you.
And I will.
Well, when you do, be sure to take Mid with you. She's been going at it hammer and tongs down in that workshop of hers, trying to do her father proud. I can't remember the last time she visited the old sod's grave.
Very well. I'll suggest it.
Main quest has me doing like errands. Then like I also have to think, yeah, cause you play this game also. Yeah, sometimes my brain, blah blah blah, ADD. But I think, yeah, cause you were playing this also day one, and then we were tied.
If I don't come up with something soon.
We were tied for like where we were at in the story, but then I went on vacation and I didn't play. I didn't play at all for like the next 10 days. So now I have to like catch
All
up.
right, Clive? What do you want?
I'm going to visit Sid, and I thought you might like to come with me.
Sorry, I'm too busy for all that right now. I've got to get this thermal displacement stack sorted.
Thermal...
Displacement stack. Here.
Yeah, I can't wait to start that. Like,
this is for...
Only the fastest, finest ship the world has ever seen. The Enterprise.
that's me
Me
swimming.
and my dad designed it together. Where other vessels rely on the fickle winds to drive them through the water, ours is fitted with mithril engines. And those things have got more push than a behemoth in a bad mood, and more heat than all the hells put together. Which is where the stack comes in. I may have already talked some tight-lipped shipwrights into putting the hull together for me in a little dockyard in Canva. But the stack's a bit more involved, so I'm building it here. Thing is, it's so involved that I'm running behind and it's starting to hold things up over at the shipyard. I'll come and see my dad, though, when I'm done. Whenever that is.
Is there anything I can do to help?
Nah,
Good old
to run errands.
Clive. I were hoping you'd say that. First things first, I need some parts meching. The stack will be made up of 3 major components. There's the plating, here, that channels hot vapors away from the engine. The helm over the top, that disperses all that heat into the air. And the shielding around the sides. That stops the rest of the ship from going up in flames.
Soka.
A full suit of armor, then. Probably best to take it one piece at a time.
Then you'll need to start with the plating. Everything else fits onto it.
That's my
I've got the
motto for like
designs and the
when
list of
people talk about
materials
stuff that like I
Show these to
literally I have
Blackthorn.
no clue what they're
He'll know
talking
what
about.
to do.
I'm just like, nah, it's an anime. It's just like,
I can't make head nor tail of them.
Luckily, you don't need to.
Okay, speak. I forgot what I was talking about before. It's like, you know, it's like this person is talking about like all these facts and stuff, and I'm just like, I have no clue what you're talking about. It's just like, Oh yeah, I remember, like, cause seeing Kupka's name always reminded me of like is it like the Koopas? The brown little things that from Mario, Super Mario, that like he jumps on, or Koopas like the turtles that you have to hop on. Either the brown ones, is it like Koopa or the Koopka? So every time I see his name, the Goombas. Yeah, that's what I think every time. It's like every time I hear. That's why I just want to call him like Hugo, because when I hear like Koopka, I think of like the Goomba. Exactly. That's it. And now I want to play Mario.
Can I ask a favor?
Hell with it.
And that's exactly it.
It's for Mid.
This my last chance to say I'm otherwise engaged. Spare
was
myself
like-
the arseache. Go
I
on,
hope
then.
I wasn't
What is
the
it
only
this
one.
time?
She said you would know. Here.
Look how Mid couldn't just deliver the stuff to, like
Gregor's
upstairs.
dates. Well, I don't know what the hell you'd want this for, but I can make it. Won't be easy though, and I'll need help. Get Gavinotto in here, will you?
All right.
Like another. Exactly. So like, I'm just glad I wasn't the only one thinking about it. The Koopas. Is it? You know.
So Mid's roped us all in here again, has she? Typical.
It was so hard, like,
If that's
you know,
what it takes to
looking
get
at
to
his
visit
face
Sid's
and like,
grave, I'll do what I can.
and everyone's
And,
saying Kupka, and I'm just
what
like,
is
this
it
guy's
we need
such
to
a tough
do,
bad guy,
exactly?
and I'm thinking about
Take a look at this.
a little Mario creature that gets
This
jumped
plated.
on by
The
Mario.
usual sword grade steel won't work. We need something that can get very hot, very fast, and still keep its shape. That means an alloy. Something that won't break or buckle at the temperatures she's talking about. Which is where you lot come in.
I'm just
I need
glad
materials.
I'm not the only
and I've
one.
got my work cut out already. You'll have to fetch them. Now, there's a special kind of sand I'm after that you can only find out in the Velcroy. Stardust, they call it.
Ooh,
As for the rest of the
Stardust.
stuff,
What
my
about
usual
the
supply should have it in
JoJo?
stock. It just needs buying and bringing back here.
Well, we'll get it done quicker if we split up. One of us should probably give you an hand coat in the sand.
And the other can go and get the rest from this supplier.
Right then.
Well, make your minds up who's going where, and we can get this over with.
Do I choose where I'm going? Or
Up to you who you take to the desert. I mean, Gav's good in the fight, but you don't have my winning personality.
Ah, don't listen to him. You'll be in the lowest of low company with either of us.
Up to you who you take to the desert. I mean, Gav's good in the fight.
Ah, don't listen to him. You'll be in the...
You going after the Stardust then, are you? Which one of these two lucky souls is going with you?
I've never seen Otto fight, so I'll try.
Otto, you're with me.
All right, then. Where do we find this Stardust, and how will we know it when we see it?
There's a river that runs through the southern reaches of the Velcroy. It's the black sand that washes up on its banks that you're after.
Black
And I'm
sand.
guessing you'll be needing sackloads of the stuff. Might be worth our importers at the Dalimil Inn. I'll head down there. See about finding us a wagon.
All right. I'll meet you
There's
by
like
the
a
river.
gnat, a tiny
You
gnat,
two take care, eh?
and
I'll
it's
go and see the supplier.
bugging me.
Just don't let the bastard fleece you, eh?
He wouldn't do that. He's Blackthorn's mate. Isn't he?
Best of luck.
That's pretty cool that you could choose which person you take. I purchase fast travel, but I do want to see what, because before it was locked, I couldn't do the side quests about the boatman, the ferryman.
Welcome home, Sid. Didn't know you had that many
Tonight we celebrate with a flagon or 7 of old Geoffrey's favourite tipple.
It's really cool how like the characters have side conversations and they change
Damn
throughout the story.
blighted bilge. Is everything all right?
Aside from the holes in my hull, everything's roses.
The lake water doesn't agree with it, then?
That's one way of putting it. And unless you got some grand scheme to suck the black from the lake like we do in the atrium, that slurry'll keep eating away at the timber like young Tech does our lemon tarts. Suppose a coat of pitch might stave off the rock for a moon or so, assuming
Rock.
we had any pitch,
The
which
Scarlet
we
Rock.
don't. Not any bloody more.
Speaking of
Damn,
Scalding
the old
Rock,
tub's
I kind of
got
miss
more than
Elden
a
Ring.
dozen runs left in him.
I never platinumed it.
Of course, Obolus. Your skiff is our only means of reaching the mainland. Without it, we'd be lost.
Well, I'm glad someone round here sees it that way. To make pitch, you need pitch trees. But in case you haven't noticed, live trees are one of the 1,000 things sorely lacking in the Deadlands. Now, I'm not so unkind as to ask you to fell a faraway forest and lug the logs back here to the mere, which is why we'll be needing a suitable alternative. And it just so happens I once heard the thorny pitchers of Curltail Falls cover themselves in a sticky wax to trap birds and beetles and whatnot.
So I get to hunt
Might
the speech
be
again?
enough to tide me over.
Sounds easier than felling a faraway forest. That's for certain.
I was like, that creature was kind of cool to fight. And it got me a cool clip on TikTok. Speaking of TikTok. Oops. My links, I have like a link tree and I think my TikTok's in there. Slay thorny thistles. Did I go to the... Oh, nice. Yeah, like... I think I only had like 1 or 2 Destiny ones. Kellic Ball. I mean, I had some Destiny ones, but it's just like, because... Actually, when I was doing it, it was before I fixed the FPS on my laptop and capture card and everything, so people would rag on me. Oh, I didn't know I could do that. I didn't know I could just like go down. like that. So someone's like, "Oh yeah, you know you like game hard when your FPS just drops."
Easier than felling a forest, I said. But trees don't have teeth.
Okay. This move is so like OP. Oh yeah, the rest of that. Get kicked. Kick, punch. It was intense. It's funny because like I felt like the first Titan fight would be it. And then the second one.
Needing any more than this. Time to head home.
I liked it, you know, because what I'm gonna assume is that every mother crystal that you destroy, there's some big fight that I have to do, you know, like some Titan fight. By Titan, I mean like big thing type fight. Because like he even said, he's like, yeah, I'm not gonna go, you know, to destroy the mother crystal. I'm just going there to fight Koopa. But then but that fight actually reminded me a lot of Attack on Titan.
Well, did you find me some wax?
Some like aesthetics.
One way of putting it.
Like some aesthetics reminded me of, yeah.
Ugh. Reeks like a
Exactly.
chocobo's arse. Well, I don't suppose the Argo will mind as long as he stays above the waves.
Argo?
Facts.
So your boat has a name? I didn't know.
Yeah. Same as my old man. He was a ferryman himself back before the blight came. The boat's all I have left of him.
And I'm glad you like you got like a new move.
Sail another day.
Which was crazy because you think this game is about like, oh yeah, Game of Thrones, blah blah blah, and then randomly it's like, yo, I'm some alien deity thingamajig, and then I'm just like, okay, so god. Almost like fighting. It's like almost like Game of Thrones, and then realizing, oh yeah, the White Walkers. This game is just one thing I don't understand. Partially, I did one quest here, which was so annoying. It was a side quest. It was like helping out his apprentice. This guy has so many weapons.
You've been busy.
Like, this guy has so many weapons, but doesn't sell anything to me. Second people.
What?
Okay, that makes sense.
Alas.
Alana Foster's.
Still?
Alright. That makes way more sense. Yeah, it's like,
says Drake's fang has fallen. Does that mean the furnace?
yeah, that's like the apprentice I helped. Just like so many steps. The apprentice did literally nothing. I was like, okay, let me go get the stone. I went to... Before I even got the stone, I like this area though. Just cause like, look at that. Look at this water, man. Look at this water.
Looks like I found the river. Now where's Otto?
Ah!
Be safe.
It's like, cause you see all those swords and like, I'm thinking, oh, this is a new area. New minerals, new weapons, you know.
Oh, Clive. I had a quick scout,
But they were like,
and I
psych.
reckon this area is our best bet. Seems Blackthorn's the only one who thinks smithing with his Stardust stuff's a good idea. It's just lying here, waiting for any old fool to fill his boots.
But unlike any old fool, you thought to bring a wagon.
Well spotted. Now get filling.
Gatherers, hunters. Like, that's one thing that upset me. I'm just like...
You deserve a rest.
Like, look at all these swords that I can't use.
So this is Stardust. It just looks like black sand to me.
I wonder if this is gonna, like, go down to, like, Cassie. Oh, that's a normal item. Okay, I got to, like, look more carefully, I guess. It's like, it looks like normal sand. Chocobo.
Let's go.
Chocobo hat. That was surprisingly close. Oops. I thought it was like a ways away. But it was literally just like up the
That
hill.
should be enough for now. Let's see how Otto's getting on.
Don't know why I need the wagon. And don't know why I needed to bring Otto. Oh, I guess.
How much did you get?
Enough. I hope.
I could see.
More than me. Put it all together and I can't see Blackthorn complaining. Much. Here, Clive. Do you fancy a walk?
Interesting. Because these boots were made for walking. Look at this. Screenshot. I had to take a screenshot. Click, click.
Sid would be proud.
Of what?
Of you, you idiot. The way you've carried on what he started. When we first met, I had you down as a spoilt little puppy who enjoyed nothing more than biting the hand that fed you. But 5 years on, you're the one doing the feeding. So thanks for proving me wrong.
You weren't wrong. But I changed. Thanks to Sid. And thanks to you.
And that got away.
When I suggested taking on his name, you were the first to back me. And if you hadn't, no one else would have. I couldn't have done any of this without you, Otto.
Don't give over. You're making me blush. All I did was choose hope over despair. I gave you a chance, yes, but you're the one who took it. You took a rabble of homeless, hopeless outcasts and put them back on their feet. Gave them something worth fighting for, just like the old Sid did.
This game is beautiful.
About time I was heading back, I reckon. All this scrabbling about in the sand's taken its toll on the old pins.
I'll see you back at the hideaway then. You can take a well-earned rest when you get there.
Oh, I plan to. Believe you me. But I'll make sure Blackthorn gets his precious black sand before I put my feet up. He'll only moan otherwise.
More action in the side quest than I did
Ready to go home, boy?
in the main quest. But they were like, yo, this guy's watching too much Vinland Saga because I have no enemies. Is that like the same? Might as well get on with the main and not do like... That's one thing, sometimes I just get like distracted by side quests and it's like, oh, I gotta do it for the whole area. And then you get to a new area.
Needs. Blackthorn, got everything you need?
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
I thought he'd say,
Just for
oh.
Stardust, should be enough to be getting on with.
Nice to get out and about for once. Let's do it again sometime, eh?
I'll make a start on putting this thermal plating together then. It'll take some time, mind. So if you've got other things to be getting on with, I could do without you breathing down my neck.
Thank you, Blackthorn. I'll let Mid know construction's underway.
Letting off some steam. 1. How often do I need to do this?
Suppose we'd better be getting back to work too.
Give us a shout if you need anything.
At least I got a new sword from...
I went up to give some
Did I
greens
connect
to the
something?
Jocko.
Before, like, I forgot that this place connected, so I used to, like, take a long way around. And I'm like, ugh.
Mid hasn't been out here.
No. Oh.
Editors started reading books that don't have any pictures in.
I think Mid might need some help.
Whew. I thought, like, I went the wrong direction and would have to, like...
You'll be pleased to hear that Blackthorn started work on the plating.
Excellent. 1 down, 2 to go.
Are you kidding me?
So, what's next?
The helm, of course. For this, we'll be repurposing fallen scrap.
Salvage from the ruins? I thought that material was all but impossible to work.
Ah, but we don't have to.
I'm sorry.
Hey, yo, Vixie.
Just so happens there's one
How's the
particular
sticks?
ruin that's broken into exactly the right shape and size pieces for what we need.
Got a massage
What's the
today.
name
I'm
back
like
there?
all
I'll give you
like.
details.
What's her name?
So I guess I finished 0.1% or 0.33% of the quest.
Oh, Sid,
Helena,
is this
Helena?
about the helm?
My Chemical Romance.
Mid said I should speak with you.
So long.
I'll show you the
and
plans
good
then.
night.
Here you see the mithril engine, in which mithril is burned to generate heat. That heat is then harnessed to produce motive force. Excess heat is dealt with by means of the thermal displacement stack, which disperses it into the surrounding air. Now, were we to rely on thermal plating alone to achieve this effect, the rate of excess heat buildup would far exceed the displacement coefficient of the plating. In other words, the reactor would overheat and eventually explode. This is where the helm comes in. It connects to the plating, you see, and serves as a sort of thermal sink to absorb all that excess energy. Our experiments have shown that fallen ceramics are remarkably thermophilic. They can withstand and absorb levels of heat far above anything we are able to make today. And not only that, they're also waterproof and immune to rust, making them the perfect material for our protective hood. Why, if sea or rainwater were to enter the reactor proper, it would vaporize instantly. The forces produced would tear the ship from stern to...
You can stop there. I understand. Mid
Okay.
said we might be able to use parts of a fallen ruin.
When in
Where
doubt,
would I
just
find
not.
it?
Ah, yes. It's
Not
in
an
Orbit's
understand.
Pass near Lostwing. The thing is, well, I probably should have arranged to have the pieces we need brought here sooner. You see, a certain unwanted visitor has taken up residence there. It's no longer a matter of just walking in and taking them. It's, going to be considerably more dangerous than that.
Danger is
see.
my middle name.
Then I suppose I'd better deal with this unwanted visitor for you. Would that help?
Oh, very much. Thank you, Sid. I'll gather my team and head there right away. We'll meet you outside the ruins.
Letting off some steam too. Yeah, because after that quest, I was like, oh, okay. Because they had like the one dot. And you know what they say, everything happens in threes, so here we are. Oh, I went here when I was looking for the eagle.
Good day to you, Sid.
Well, might as well pick up the quest. It doesn't hurt to pick it up. But a lot of times when I pick it up, then I just like automatically want to do it. This guy reminds me of
Hello, Sid. Take a seat.
a guy from
Are you
Game of
live?
Thrones.
Ah, Clive. Your timing is exquisite, as always.
Bolton,
I have
the
a
father Bolton.
concern which you may be able to assist me with.
Go on.
There are whisperings afoot of shadowy figures having been sighted outside the village. Rustlings in the undergrowth, suspicious noises. My people fear that they are being watched. It may be no more than a surfeit of nerves, understandable in the current climate, or it may be the prelude to something altogether more dangerous.
Could be a
Given
Gundam.
what I hope you'll forgive me calling your nose for trouble, I wondered if you might investigate.
Of course.
Justice.
Excellent. You might begin by speaking with the good citizens of Lostwing. Listen to their tales, and make what you will of them.
All right, I will.
Please be on the way, please be on the way, please be on the way. 70, 80, 50.
Right. Let's see what the people of the village have to say. Find out if this is just nerves, or something we need to take more seriously.
I can't go upstairs from here. Where do I go from here? So many voices whispering. Oh, I probably should have done this one.
You alright, Sid? Something on your mind?
There is actually. Can I ask you something? Quentin tells me people have mentioned shadowy figures out in the woods. Have you noticed anything unusual?
Oh, that. No, sorry, can't help you. I heard the rumours, mind, from the lads working over at the vineyard, but none of them has seen anything either.
All right. Thanks anyway.
My sweet tooth. And go the other way, because the other way is for the quest.
Word is, the Black Shields took a hiding. And some bearers in the open.
Excuse me. Quentin mentioned strange figures having been sighted near the village. Have you seen anything?
Nah, not me, Gov. I heard the rumours, though. I'm here most days, right next to the gate, and I ain't seen nothing out of the ordinary. Don't worry. Any shady characters try and slip into town this way, and I'll soon come running. And shouting, most likely.
All right. Thank you.
Alright, alright, alright. Yeah, I'm just sad to the androids.
Do you have a moment? There's talk of suspicious figures in the woods. Have you seen anything out of the ordinary?
No, but I've heard something. Sound of scraping metal, like someone sharpening a sword.
Where was this?
In Lorbert's Pass. Was out foraging for herbs when I heard it, screeching out from between the trees. Ran back here as quick as my legs would carry me, and I ain't been back since.
I see. I'll look into it. Thank you.
If I'm lucky, this person was here, so it might be... Yes, it's on the way to the other quest.
Seems
so I'm not going
Pass
out
is
of
our best bet then. What do you say, Torgal? Shall we go and investigate?
It's morphin' time.
Let's go.
Warm up.
Fly, Ambrosia.
Chocobo. I should stick to the road, but...
You there.
Fuck! He's seen us. Get them before they escape!
Black Shields. Here.
That's kind of funny. What the hell? I might just have to say, like, that's kind of funny. Lol. Just so I don't, like, forget that. I need to do like all the
you doing here?
things of a funny
What is it to you?
shortcut.
We give a damn. All that matters to us is that you don't leave here alive.
Right. Oh, I messed up. Oh, you think darkness is your ally? Oh, did that person? Did that person heal? Ooh, thought I... Okay. Ooh, I'm close to leveling up.
Why were they here? Are they planning an attack on Lost Wing? I need to warn Quentin.
That means when I do the main quest, I will level up.
All right.
That's right. Vampire Thorn.
Oh, there you are, Sid. Thanks so much for coming. The, ruins are just over there, as is the creature I told you about, I'd imagine. Would you mind?
Of course.
Didn't know it was a creature. I thought it was
I'll be
someone
right
like
back.
a human. Time won't slay the creature. Because I wonder how far this person is into. Oh, they were doing the beginning. I wanted to pick up the item.
Anybody home? This must be our unwanted visitor. Time to go.
Unwanted visitor?
Too slow.
Okay. Let's burn! Oh, yeah. I don't know what to title that one. I'll call it the bricks. Yeah, because I just want to see like a repair. His health, actually, his health went down a little bit. It's just like womp, 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 womp. And be like, I didn't get it. Because he has one eye. Level 32 though.
The things I do for you, Mid.
Sid! Oh, thank goodness you're safe.
You shouldn't have any trouble now.
Indeed. Well, don't let us keep you. We'll, see that everything is transported safely back to the hideaway.
All right. I'll let Mid know you're on your way.
Yeah. Whoa, you increase his shrink tonic duration by 10 seconds. Fast travel. Fast travel's the best travel.
Good day to you.
Good day to you. Cause I'ma do what it do.
Clive, how goes the hunt for our sinister figures?
I found some black shields hiding near Lorbert's Pass. They're gone now.
Black shields. The Empress's former bloodhounds. Though they serve another master now. One who means to root out and destroy both me and those I care for. And it would appear the pack has finally caught the scent of its prey. Damn it all. I had hoped I would have more time than this. More time to prepare. But if we are cornered, we have no choice but to bite back. And bite back we shall.
I'm sorry. You're going to need to explain. Who did the Black Shield serve now? And why would that person want you dead?
Because I want him dead.
Who?
The former Lord Chief Justice of Sanbreque. All that I have built here is for him.
I don't understand. Why him? Why Lostwing?
I suppose it is better that you know the truth. I was a member of the judiciary once. So sickened was I by the injustice of this world, I swore to fight it. And fight it I did in my own small way. I saw more than a few corrupt officials condemned to the very cells into which they had thrown blameless innocents. Men to whom the law was but a scourge to turn against the powerless. And throughout, it was the Lord Chief Justice who backed me, who was my one true ally in the quest to see justice done.
So what changed?
I discovered that he hunted bearers for sport. I was a fool to think he shared my hatred of venality and vice. His support for me was no more than a facade, a means of ridding himself of his rivals, a mask to hide the rot beneath. I filed suit against him immediately. His response, however, was rather more visceral. He had my entire family slaughtered, and he faced no punishment whatsoever. I lost everything. My loved ones, my livelihood, my position, the faith I had once held that any modicum of justice might be achieved through the courts. So I set about enacting my own. I tracked down every soul who served him and slit their throats myself. But the man himself proved an altogether more difficult target. With money and power come protection. And so I saw that I would need an army of my own. I came here to Lostwing and began recruiting like-minded individuals.
And everyone here knows this is why you do what you do.
Of course. They too have lost loved ones to the bearer hunts. Seen faultless friends sent to the gallows to spare the guilty. All under the watchful eye of the Lord Chief Justice. Our wounds are the same. And our cause is the same. We are comrades. And our revenge is already in motion. We know where he hides, how numerous and well-trained his guard. What we did not know until now, however, was that his plans may already be in motion too.
Quentin.
Our time is short. He may move against us at any moment, unless we move against him first.
Yeah, this seems like a really interesting side mission, so I will continue
My friends
it.
and comrades, it begins. Make ready for war.
Will this place like not be travelable to?
I'm not going to change his mind.
We are marching on the road's glory. Oh yeah, so I did that. Okay, and now part of me wants to do that one random side quest, because that's like the only one I haven't done. Might as well do it. I'm not a perfectionist, it's just like if there's one green dot there, I gotta do it.
The finest fabric!
The most fragrant herbs and spices
no one to
from the
man the
breadth
shop. Gone, just like that. And without so much as a by your leave.
What's the matter?
It's my apprentice. He up and vanished while my back was turned. I'd go and look for him myself, but I've got a bakery to run. A bakery that's now short one pair of hands. Loath though I am to rely on the kindness of strangers, I'm at a loss. Please, will you see if you can find him?
These hands.
I'll see what I can do.
This
Do you
is
know where
like...
he might have gone?
Please don't be
I
far.
wouldn't be surprised if he was off somewhere mooning at Drake's Fang. He used to work there, you see. Poor fool left his heart in its hollow.
All right. Then that's where I'll start.
This fat travel saved me a substantial distance.
Yeah!
Cause I can go the distance. I'll be there someday. Here and now I'll be shown. Anywhere to find. Nine of Knives. Oh.
My blade yet hungers, and so do I. Come, let's feast on your flesh.
Your feasting days are over.
You want some more?
I forget like the beginning of this, so I'm feeling kind of funny. So I hit my funny bone. Okay, I'll pay attention now. Okay, I gotta be serious.
Let's snap you like a twig.
Not good. Needed that. Come on. Not good.
How come I can't dodge there?
Slow. Nice try.
I used all my healing stuff in there.
Help me, boy. I'm hurt, Torgal. To me, boy. Help me, boy. Nice try. A fine hound.
You want some more?
Help me, boy. This one.
I drink your blood.
I'm hurt, Torgal.
Let's snap you like a twig.
Okay, yeah, this might be.
Get him! boy! You want some more? I drink your blood! Over here! Go for it! I'll snap you like a twig! Get him! This one!
That was 5,000?
Those who kill for sport deserve no better.
That was insane. I was just like trying to go to do my side quest.
Excuse me.
What do you want?
That made me sweat.
The baker sent me to find you.
I am a sorry, selfish sod, aren't I? Certainly not a baker. Master must have ruled the day he took me in. Time was the sight of the fang used to calm my nerves. But now look at her.
Technically, not my fault.
I take it you missed the Mother Crystal.
I hated her, but she was all I knew. Worked her mines for years. And when she shattered, part of me shattered with her. I had to trade my pickaxe for a rolling pin, but I'm no good at baking. Every loaf I touch collapses. My bread's as hollow as I am. She was the only thing that could fill the hole inside me. Oh, I loved her, damn it. But now she's gone. She's never coming back. What am I supposed to do? I ask her. How does a shell of a man learn to live again?
I don't know the answer to that.
Focus on the job at hand. Think about what you can do right now.
What use is proofing loaves when... Wait. Perhaps the solution has been in the bakery all along. You've opened my eyes. Thank you, friend, and fare thee well.
Wait. Suppose you won't be needing an escort then.
I need to stock up on potions now. Ugh. That was crazy.
The finest fabric.
The most fragrant herbs and spices from...
Ah, there you are. The man who lit a fire under my wayward apprentice. Though I worry you might have stoked the flames a little too high. He damn near ran me down trying to get to my oven.
Master, it's ready. Behold the Drake's Balm. A truly unique creation.
I dare say it is.
Just look at it. A perfect likeness of the Fang herself. Her steepled peaks, her fulsome spurs, her inviting hollow. True, my loaves collapse more often than not, but what's the Fang without her crater? Why, no Fang at all. And look, inside. She's filled to bursting with a bounty of beautiful crystals. Salt crystals! Master, I have found my purpose. I must use my work here to preserve the memory of the Fang.
Well, if it tastes half as unique as it looks, I'd certainly say you're onto something. Not only is my apprentice back, but he's finally pulling his weight. With any luck, I might even have a new delicacy on my hands. I don't know how you did it, but you have my thanks.
So I got 5,000 for the other one. Yeah, so the other one like just filled up my whole XP bar.
Now, do some. I know.
This way might be short.
I've seen troops amassing at every port.
Editors started reading books that don't have any pictures in.
It hasn't been a usual
I totally was not lost.
If I don't come up with something soon.
Mid. Helena has recovered the material for the helm. She'll be along shortly.
Excellent. Another job well done.
And just one remaining.
Right. Right, the shielding. This one's a bit of a bugger.
How so?
The plating's enough to stop the engines going pop, but those things will still be spitting out enough fire to set the rest of the ship ablaze. Which is why you need proper shielding. A prison for the dragon's breath that's blazing away inside. I thought a triple thick layer of tempered steel might do it. Or more of the stuff that the Fallen use, but they'd both be too heavy. The helm and the plating are bulky enough as it is. Add any more weight and the whole ship would be at the bottom of the briny before we'd even started. I need something light. But I've racked my brains and I just can't think what would do it.
Well, if I were in need of obscure knowledge, I know whose counsel I would seek. Harpocrates.
Tomes? Yeah, well, I'd thought of that, obviously. I've got all the details written down here. Can you take this to him, see what he makes of it?
I'm doing my job for her.
I think Mid might need some help.
Ugh, I'm never drinking.
Hippocrates, do you have a moment?
For you, Clive, always.
Well, actually, it's for mid this time. Could you take a look at this?
Shielding for a mithril engine. Whatever will that girl think of next? And what are these notes around the edges?
She has some specific requirements for the materials. The shielding needs to be able to resist extreme heat on the inside, and yet remain cool enough on the outside not to set the ship alight, while also being light enough not to sink it. As you can imagine, she's struggling to find anything that meets her needs.
I see.
I wondered if you might know of a solution, or if you might be able to search the records for one.
Perhaps it is not a different material she
Thank
requires,
you for
but a
the
different
follow.
What do you mean?
Killer Kid.
Consider the lake we have made
One
our
Piece fan?
home. Its blighted waters eat away far more quickly than fresh water.
Is
or even
that
brine.
a One Piece reference? Killer and Kid? Or is it just like I'm looking way too
We have
deep
made a
into
home
anime?
here from those very materials nonetheless.
We have. But Bardolph must varnish every board twice over to keep it from rotting. And Obelisk complains that without a constant supply of pitch. I see.
This Killer
Early
and Kid are
Gregorian
characters in
histories
One Piece.
Speak of a preparation known as moon dew. It is said to be able to resist even the most ferocious flames. Before the
How
dragoons
is
tamed the worms
your
and wyverns
night
of the
going?
realm,
Your night
nobles
will go.
would daub their castle walls with it in order to guard against dragonfire.
So if we could recreate it...
It might be applied to some material or other in order to provide the protection it requires. As to how best to apply it and to what material, perhaps Bardolph and Obelisk might be of assistance. I shall speak to them and see what wisdom they might have to offer. If you would be so kind as to procure the necessary ingredients, I shall discuss the specifics of how it might be most effectively put to use with our two friends. The knowledge of the past may yet prove useful to we of the modern era.
Thank you, Hippocrates. And since you're asking others to help you, perhaps I should too.
But no one helps me in this game. It's always me doing the quests.
So you need a hand, do you?
We do. I'll be heading to market for the ingredients we need. I could do with some help. And some company too.
The other can assist me in researching how best to prepare the shielding itself.
Can we count on your aid?
Always. Well, if Jill's game.
Thank you.
I am sure either of these fine young minds would prove indispensable in my research.
Making me
I leave the
choose.
decision as to who will go with whom in your capable hands, Clive.
Letting off steam.
So, Clive, have you made your decision? Who will accompany you on your little excursion?
All right. So, what are we fetching?
I have taken the liberty of preparing a list. Here.
Garlic. Conch shells. Are you sure this is the right list? Looks like the ingredients for someone's supper.
Though these items may seem mundane, they have potent effects that are rarely exploited, effects for which they were once highly prized. So much so, in fact, that they were harvested almost to extinction, hence moon dews having fallen from favor. Now, of course, they can be obtained with ease. You should be able to find everything you need at the market in Northreach.
Well, isn't that convenient? I was hoping to be able to make a trip over that way sometime soon. Need to speak to an old acquaintance. I'll meet you there.
All right. Stay safe.
See you later, Clive.
Good luck with your research.
I keep on pushing the wrong button. So this part's not here anymore. That part. But the King's Landing. So 1, 2. Two mother crystals. 1, 2. Oh.
Now, where's Talia?
Keep them pilchers nice and chilled.
Need to stock up on these.
Spoiling another catch.
There you are, Talia.
Ah, and there you are. We shouldn't have any problems finding what we need in a place like this. But if time is of the essence, perhaps we should split up. Take a few items each.
All right. What shall I look for?
Let's see now. Why don't you take the garlic and the pepio nuts? Meet me by the gate when you've got them.
Speaking of ingredients, I might brew some hot water to make some tea.
Oi, don't touch anything. And if that's what you want. And if that's what you want. Good riddance.
There's talk.
Any friend of the innkeeper is a friend of mine. I trust it's all here. Ah, yes. You're always welcome
That
here
should do
in
it.
Lostwing.
Hopefully Talia's finished too.
Fresh cuts! Come and get them. Up! You'll not find a bruised pippin in them.
Well, did you find everything?
I did. Here.
Garlic and pepio nuts. Job done. We should get this back to Tomes then. He'll be waiting. But we're not in too much of a rush, are we? Quick chat.
I was about to say, too easy.
Do you know, I think this is the very first time we've been out on an errand together.
I think you might be right.
In all the years since you and that scowl of yours first appeared, you haven't invited me out once. For shame.
Well, it seemed long overdue. And you did say you had some shopping to do.
I was hoping to restock my supplies of herbs and liniment, yes. You and Jill alone burned through them like wildfire. No luck, though. My usual supplier's not here, and I refuse to pay the prices these gougers charge.
I'll ask Karen when we get back. What is it?
Oh, just memories. I came here with Sid once, shopping for supplies, just like today. And just like today, I came away empty-handed. Sid even said he'd speak to Karen for me when we got back. Has it really been 5 years? I remember it as if it was yesterday. Hold on. Does that mean it's been 5 years since we met? Feels a lot longer.
It does. In a good way, of course. Thank you, Tyre.
For what?
For everything. I just want you to know that all you've done for us, all you still do, it's appreciated.
Do you think I'd stick around if I thought it wasn't? But in the spirit of sharing and caring, you're appreciated too, by all of us.
Oh. O'Reilly Autopods. You thought I was gonna say, magic, oh.
Well, I think we've tarried long enough. I ought to get these ingredients back to Tomes so he can make up this concoction of his. I'll meet you back at the hideaway, all right?
All right. And thanks again.
I heard you the first time.
I think my hot water is almost done. I will be right back. We can set the buggy that up. Drop the buggy. Bow. Ooh, I never muted the mic. I made tea, and I grabbed some chips.
I wonder how Hippocrates is getting on with the moon dew. How's work on the shielding progressing, Hippocrates?
Well, very well indeed. And thanks in no small part to your kind assistance. I was just explaining to Tarja how we might best go about preparing the moon dew. And now that we have all the ingredients, we may begin.
You can count on me. I've mixed more than a few mysterious concoctions in my time.
I'm sure you have. What about the shielding itself?
Work is underway, under the watchful eyes of Bardolph and Obolus.
Apparently, it'll be ready soon.
Thank you. All of you.
Right then. Jill, would you join me in the infirmary? Many hands make light work and all that.
Of course.
Oh, and Clive. It was good to talk. We should do it again sometime.
It appears our work here is almost at an end. A shame. I was enjoying playing the man of action for once. When both the shielding and the moondew are ready, it will merely be a matter of applying the one to the other. Followed by a rigorous process of testing and retesting, of course. Perhaps someone ought to warn young Mid of that.
Leave it to me. Thank you, Hippocrates. Well, I'd better go and give Mid the good news then.
Thanks to Sid.
The nobleman who visited. Was that really Sid's uncle?
It was, and I hear he filled our coffers to bursting. He cracked the crystal too? You're joking.
Yeah, so I found out who she was and cold
I went up to give
red,
some greens to the
ooh, falling cold, cold red. Don't let the enemy in. Let's see if I could do this without getting lost.
Editors started reading books that don't have any pictures in.
I think Mid might need some.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Mid. But you'll be pleased to know that work on the shielding is underway.
You found something for it?
In a manner of speaking, Hippocrates knew of a substance that's highly resistant to heat. A coating that should provide the protection you need. He's supervising the construction and testing of the shielding as we speak.
Brilliant! I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Don't thank me. I'm just the errand boy.
Right then, better start working out how to bolt all these bits together. To the Black Hammer!
This seems like a side quest, you know, but it's a main quest,
when
I
I
guess.
got into the smithing game, I thought I'd be making swords and shields, not thermal bleeding didgeridoo-dahs.
Displacement stacks.
Same difference. Whatever you call it, I ain't putting it together in here. It's cramped enough as it is. Let's take this outside. Mid,
How
you get
about
all
that?
the parts lined up on the deck. I'll take care of the rest.
On my way!
Oh, and bring me the biggest hammer you can find. This is gonna require some precision walloping.
It's like, but seriously, give me the biggest hammer you could find. Whoa.
It's finished! It's finally finished!
Thank fuck for that. I'll be feeling my hammer arm for weeks.
Thank you, Clive, Blackthorn, everyone. That's one down and just 3 more to go.
I'm sorry.
Oh, didn't I tell you? The Enterprise has 4 mithril engines, and we'll be needing a displacement stack for each.
You don't mean...
Don't worry. Now they've got a finished one to work off, my gang in Canva can build the rest.
Good luck to them, I say. Right, I'm off to get a sling for this elbow. Any other work comes in, keep it to yourselves, eh?
I barely used my sword.
What's the matter?
Nothing. Just daydreaming. Thinking about the Enterprise sailing off over the horizon to shores unknown. Searching for a land untouched by the Blight. Just like me and my dad planned. So if the worst came to the worst and every scrap of soil in the Twins turned black, we might still have a chance. That's what she was meant to be. You see, one last chance just in case we needed it. But now she's so close to being finished, I've realized I don't want her to be that. I don't want her to be just a lifeboat for us to cling to if things get desperate. I want people to sail aboard her by choice, not from the lack of it. In a world where we're not just trying to survive, but where we can actually live.
I'm working on that. And I'll do everything I can to get you what you want.
Don't you always? All right. My mind's made up. As soon as the Enterprise is fit to sail, I'm putting her under your command. Sod our plans, I'm trusting in yours.
Are you sure about this?
Something tells me it's what my dad would have wanted.
He'd be proud of you.
You were gonna visit his grave, weren't you?
I was. And you can come too now that your little project is finished.
Right. There's just one thing I need to finish up first. Won't be a mo.
All right.
A mo?
I'll let Otto know you're coming. Meet us in the mess when you're ready.
Aye, aye, Captain.
A new quest is available nearby.
Mid told me she was building a ship.
Really?
So I did this. So I bumped into like an A-lister by accident. And I almost died a lot of times. Force of B, C, but I took it out an A. I took out an A-lister.
All right, Clive. Asterix. We'd finished sending half the hideaway traipsing across the Twins, has she? I swear, that girl'd do anything to put off visiting her old dad's grave. No
Nice.
excuses now, though, eh?
Not quite. She said there was one final thing she had to take care of. I'm sure she'll be finished soon enough.
She said that? In those words?
She did, yes.
Clive? Were you born yesterday or something? There is no thing. She'll probably be halfway to Canva by now.
Mid. I might still be able to catch her.
Is that the thing Thames helped?
Obolus, have you seen Mid?
Yep. In a boat, going that way.
Then I'm too late.
You in a hurry and all, are ya? Oh, I offered to take her across, but she wouldn't wait. Just paid for a dinghy and rowed off. Oars going like the clappers. Got some life in her, ain't she? But anyway, I was on my way up to see you, as it happens. Got a letter for you. Urgent, by the sound of it. One of your uncle's men said I was to hand it to you in person, post-bleeding haste. And you're here now.
Thank you, Obelith.
Don't mention it.
What tidings, Uncle?
My journey to Canvar has been a resounding success. My friend I mentioned not only shared the contents of his strongbox with us, suitable knowledge on the going has free cities. The free city of Toth. Brilliant Enterprise. The guild masters are oof. Fellowship impending attack. I trust that you will give him a proposal. Okay, so basically so she the leader of Canvar? I don't even remember where Canvar is.
Trouble in Canva. Well, I'll need someone to keep an eye on Mid.
So what? Mid got us to do all the dirty work and then just sailed off into the sunset?
It, seems that way.
Well, nothing we can do about it now. But next time you plan on visiting Sid, you might want to tie her to something before you suggest it.
Ah, don't be so hard on her. Gotta admit, the dirty work was kind of fun. Everyone pitching in and all that bollocks. Just like when we built this place.
You're right.
Anyway, we all set to head to the old hideaway. I could do with getting to Canva pretty sharpish. Wouldn't do to keep Lord Rosfield of the Seven High Houses waiting now, would it? Not after he asked for me personally.
Gav will be leaving with me. Will you mind the place while we're gone?
You can count on me. Just be sure to give Sid and the others my regards. All right.
Oh, by the way, Jill will be joining us too. She's got some things to take care of, but she'll meet us there.
I hope she's telling the truth at least.
Just notice it's all blocked off. The dust long settle, little remains of once bustling refuge of many called. Central Storm.
Well, Sid, I remember what you told me. But if no one is listening to what you have to say, you may as well not say it. But I will say this, old friend. Hugo Kuka is gone. His shadow looms over us no longer.
It's a pity the Phoenix can't be in two places at once. If he'd have been with us, maybe he could have done something for the lost.
Not even the Phoenix can bring people back from the dead.
Phoenix down.
Life has a beginning and an end. So we must live while we have the chance. And not as slaves to the crystals, but as free men.
My funny bone.
May we join you?
We?
Lady Karen, what a pleasant surprise.
I thought I'd drop by and see how you were all doing before heading off to restock my supplies.
Two different colored eyes.
It wasn't the most scenic view back then, but it were never as bad as this.
I know. The blight marches on. And soon, there will be no escaping sights like these. So our mission remains unchanged. We cannot stop until every Mother Crystal is gone, and their thirst for ether with them. The only one that remains in Storm is Drake's tail in the Crystalline Dominion.
Our next target.
We're going to Twinside.
It's the capital of the Empire these days. I wouldn't like to think how tightly guarded they've got the place. Not that that'll stop you, but we do well to scout it out before you go charging in.
We would indeed.
If you're off to the Dominion, you can take this great lump with you.
Goods.
Oh, I am sorry. Have you forgotten you're the most wanted man in the Twins? I thought you might like to disguise yourselves as the attendants of a travelling trader, assuming you've no better ideas. You wanted to buy yourself some tools, didn't you? Well, now's your chance.
You're letting me go with them? Oh, thanks, Nan.
Stop that! You'll break me bones, you great galoot. There's a caravan that runs back and forth between the Dominion and the Bocklad markets. It's managed by the Merchants Guild. Just show them Goots' traders pass and you'll be on your way. It'll be a damn sight less risky than footing it the length of the Crystal Road. That's for sure.
Thank you, Karen. And glad to have you with us, Goots.
Okay then. I'll get me things and I'll meet yous there. See yous down in Bocklad.
Get off! Me poor fingers!
Jill, you're with me.
Understood.
And Gav,
Already on my way, Captain.
be careful.
Aren't I always?
Do you see that, Sid? Your protege's making a proper little outlaw of himself.
That was like the happiest cinema scene in this whole game. think I got. I never passed through the otherwise impassable mountains, thought to have been torn from rock by the very gods themselves. There's like a big hole in there. And there's like two ships. There's like one ship but stuck in the other, and it's like, there it goes. I love Doritos.
How are you feeling?
Better. Thanks to Taya.
I'm glad to hear it.
And Torgal helped too. Didn't you, boy?
I literally just got to this area, and there's already a side quest.
This used to be a trade route for merchants crossing the Scars, till the Republic laid a new road wide enough to let wagons pass, and all official traffic moved there.
Leaving this one for those living outside the law.
Indeed. I doubt we'll be the only outlaws on the trail today.
Would you look at that?
Ready, go? You deserve a rest.
Actually, oh, I have enough to max it out.
So what do you think?
I'll sell some.
Really? It's as bad as that?
Oh, aye. There's trouble up ahead. And too much of it for us to handle.
I take it there's danger on the road.
Oh, what about this fearsome-looking fellow? You think he'd be equal to the task?
Oh, no doubt. Assuming he's willing to hear us out. Well met, friend. My brother and I have been tasked with finding a merchant's missing cart. You seen it by any chance?
How does a merchant misplace his cart?
Oh, the man's a coward. When he thought goblins might come a-snarling, he ran, leaving his livelihood abandoned in the pass.
He sent the two of us to fetch it, but it's gone. Now, I'm not much of a thinker. I know the work of thieves when I see it.
My brother's right on all accounts. And by my estimation, the bastards are lying in wait just down the road.
We may have seen our share of action, true, but we've not got the skill in arms to boldly brave an ambush.
You, however, have the look of a man who needn't fear a band of backwater ruffians. What do you say? Will you help us out? Chances are they'll come for you either way. But if you promise to lend us a hand, at least you'll pocket a reward for your troubles.
Seems sus.
Well, if I'm going to have to deal with them anyway.
You've clearly got a fine head on those broad shoulders.
We're lucky you came along. Now, hoping to make a heavy purse in Boklad, our merchant friend loaded his cart with as much as it would carry. Reckon he won't be forking over the rest of our fee if we don't find those goods. So, while you're seeing to those bandits, you keep your eyes open.
All right. Just don't expect me to drag the cart out of there myself.
No. You can leave the cart to us. You just put an end to those bandits and point us in the right direction. You do that, we'll take care of the rest.
This sounds untrustworthy. Unironically, I passed a car on the way here.
I'm not sure I trust those two. But if there are bandits lying in wait, I should probably take care of them.
Look lively, you lot. We've got guests.
These must be our bandits.
And if you ever...
Pay the
Maximum prominence. Okay, you see me pushing the button. Made me use a potion. That was scuffed. Spoils of war.
That's them dealt with. Now, where's that cart?
Oop. Just happy it's on the way.
Getting all of this out of here will be a nightmare.
Seems we've found ourselves the right man for the job, wouldn't you say?
Found the cart and didn't leave a single bastard breathing. Our merchant friend will be delighted.
And how exactly will he be getting his goods out of here?
You leave that to us. After all, it'd be wrong to make such a fine warrior haul cabbages to market.
You've done your part. And that's all you need to worry about. Here. It's been a pleasure. Now piss off.
There's no need to be so rude, brother. What if we want his help again next time?
You've had your rewards and you're not getting any more. Now piss off. You've had your rewards and you're not getting any more. Now piss off.
He is lucky.
Let's go.
I see the Dalmex lag behind Rosaria when it comes to bridge building.
The fallen ruin should hold, at least.
The path continues on the other side.
Is there anything else?
Safe.
I had it wrong. I didn't know those were enemies.
Come on. Fly, Ambrosia.
So this is Zemeckis.
The land of the gods. It's even more impressive than I imagined. I remember being captivated by the story as a child.
Long, long ago, man was overcome by avarice and challenged the gods in a bid to win their power. The final battle took place here, at these falls. Or so the legend goes.
Ah, so that's a big hole that I
If
saw.
anyone ever manages to plumb those depths, perhaps we'll learn if there's any truth to the tale.
That the gods emerged victorious and punished man for his defiance by visiting upon him 2 curses.
Dominance and bearers. To tell the truth, I always thought it strange that the dominant and their icons were deemed a curse. Back home, the dominant inherited the throne. They were admired and exalted, not spurned. Whenever I got to that part of the story, I always assumed there must be something I'd misunderstood.
You had a lot of storybooks, didn't you? In your room, I mean. When we were young.
Which?
The
Is
old
that an
legends
insult?
were always my favorites. Epic battles between gods and men. Father encouraged me to read as much as I could. He thought it good for my education.
Knowledge is power.
You really were a boy like any other, weren't you?
Just look at this place. It's enough to make you believe the legends are true.
I know.
We're not far from Boklad. The road will be busier up ahead.
And we'll have to keep our wits about us. Clive? Something wrong?
Nothing. It's nothing.
Screenshot. See of Imperial Core.
I see the reports are true, Father. You have surrendered the throne to Olivier.
I have. Emperor Olivier shall rebuild the Holy Empire of Sanbreque.
How is he to rule an empire? He is but a boy.
I shall advise him until he comes of age.
Father, please.
Or for as long as I am able. The empire we seek to build needs young blood to rule it. And I can think of none better suited to the task. There is other news, Dion. Hugo Kupka is dead, and Drake's Fang destroyed. The pillars of the Republic have fallen. Ere long, the Imperial banner shall fly over every city in Storm. And then Valisthea. All shall bow before their emperor.
Father, these are the words of a tyrant.
They are the words of a god. The emperor whom I gladly serve. Great Greeker, made flesh. Return to your camp, Dion, and ready your forces. It is time to show the world the true power of Sanbreque.
Bricks.
Father. I find you much changed. Is this truly the path you wish to tread? Or are these the ambitions of another? Of Ultima, perhaps?
What nonsense is this? I speak my mind, and my mind only. Though I do owe Annabella thanks for reminding me of certain truths regarding the nature of nations, of rulers, and of the divine.
You would trust the words of this traitress? She betrayed her country. She slew her husband.
You have ever been an invaluable servant to Sambrek, Prince Dion. I trust you will continue to serve your Emperor in the wars to come.
The canker! Silence! Insolent wretch! You will bend the knee. All else is heresy.
Sire, forgive me.
This audience is over. Come, Your Radiance. The Rowena Syndicate awaits your pleasure.
Oh, not another meeting with silly old men. They're so boring. I'm hungry, Father. Can't we have luncheon instead?
He steps on it.
Does it pain you that you will not inherit your father's throne?
I have suffered worse.
Count your blessings, Dion. For a base-born child to be chosen by Bahamut is miracle enough. You have risen high on his wings, but you shall rise no higher, lest your impure blood stain the throne.
What do you know of my blood?
I'm rewatching Game of Thrones because of this game. Just cause.
The Boklab markets are to the north. We just need to hug the coast.
Infiltrating the Dominion won't be easy with the Imperials on high alert.
No. His Radiance has lost one capital already. We can be sure Sylvester will do everything in his power to hold on to Twinside. His troops are well-trained and increasingly battle-hardened. But it's not as if we can wait for the siege to end.
Don't you wish you had a chocobo hot like me? Don't you wish...
More refugees.
And they're all making for the crystalline Dominion.
Because they don't know how to live without the crystal's blessing.
We're not alone.
Ooh. Super jump. Now take Get one-shotted. Oh.
Boklad.
There are no crystals here. We have to keep going.
This is where we're supposed to meet Goots, isn't it?
That's right. He said he'd wait for us here after replenishing his supplies. I dare say he'll have finished by now.
Porter for hire. The best service at the best price.
What do you think, girl?
Hurry, man. I must
must leave for the Dominion post haste.
Bloody crews and caravans, scooping up all the best customers.
90. Oh. Sands and stone. What was that? Walk.
If our new arrivals had brought any coin with them, he'd be rich.
This is no time to ride.
I thought I saw. Yeah. Ooh, I almost missed this.
Out of my sight.
What are you looking for? Many thanks. You've a discerning eye. Many thanks. You're welcome anytime.
When in doubt, stock up.
Peaches and pears.
It's like,
Wonders from
this
across
looks like
the
a
water.
meme.
Come one, come all. Feast your eyes. Good sir, can I interest you in...
How much? For a measly crust of bread? You won't find any cheaper. Not nowadays. They are more than welcome to look.
The Empire's unlawful and illegitimate occupation of the crystalline dominion is still in effect. Only those whose business in Twinside has been officially approved by the Republican Army will be permitted to cross the border. All who seek entry are to form a line and ready their documents for inspection.
It looks like we aren't the only ones who are eager to leave.
And they're checking everyone.
Can't you make an
Not for the likes of you.
We won't get through without that pass. Let's go and find Good, shall we?
I thought he would be there since.
He must be around here somewhere.
Done goods.
Come, taste my peaches. They're sweet as nectar.
I'm not gonna say it. Oh.
I'll take the large one.
An excellent choice, my lord.
Ah, Good. There you are.
Clive, I'm so sorry. Don't tell Nan, will you?
Slow down, Good. Just tell us what happened.
It's me trader's pass. It's gone. We cannot ride the caravan without it. We won't even be able to get through the flipping checkpoint.
Do you remember when you last saw it?
It was in my pocket a minute ago. Then a bairn bumped into me and... Here. You don't think that they might have nicked it, do you?
It wouldn't surprise me. A busy market like this is prime territory for pickpockets.
So, to get the pass back, we need to find this child. Where would we even start?
I know where! I've got a pal in Bock lad who might be able to help us. No one knows more about what goes on round here than she does.
Where do we find her?
She's the owner of the Crimson Caravans, up that way. Sign's got a red chocobo on it.
No time like the present.
You two go on ahead. I'm gonna check the rest of my stuff, make sure no one else is missing.
All right. We'll meet you there.
Let's keep an eye out for this red chocobo, then.
And the other on our purses.
It's next to the checkpoint.
11:37. Actually, might finish here.
Peaches and pears.
Let me save just in case. Yeah, might end off here. I know it's mid-crest, but it seems like it's gonna be like really big later on. There was a bunch of like steps, you know. If like crest before wasn't, oh, do this, do that, do that, and a 3-part separate crest for literally nothing to build part of a boat. And I did a couple side quests, but it's just like the main quest was just like, oh, dragging on. So I'll definitely be on tomorrow. Let's see who else is on. But thank you all for tuning in. We'll pop that. Got socials on there. There's a link tree all in one. Who else is online? Anyone else playing this game though? Just rated that person yesterday. Dude, someone's playing Resident Evil 2. I might choose that. And I can't type. I could try to type, but I shall fail. Do I have to like put an ad or? Forgot if I have to put an ad or not. Yep, I failed. It's always like when it's late at night and I get hungry. Because anyone else have to do that? It's like when they need like a midnight snack. That's what I need. And by midnight snack, I mean like a plate of nachos. Or a baked potato, loaded baked potato with some sour cream. But I'll be on tomorrow. Probably roughly around the same time, and I'm gonna be doing this, continuing my first playthrough. Thank you all for tuning in, and see you, Space Cowboy. It ain't easy being cheesy.